transformation in my life. It started when I saw that double rainbow, and I got the meaning out of it.
Right.
And then I had got a rude awakening by DCI.
Okay, we don't got to go into that part because but even when, like you just said about the getting the double rainbow, it just continued from what I told before, the day before, what I told you. The womb was buried, but then there was a womb that was above.
Yeah.
Marrying the two, marrying both. And we can marry both. We can marry it all. And that's what I believe the amazing part is. There is really no limit on us. We have no limit for anything. Like I said, she's going to be doing that. She's creative. There are people that are going to want the things that machines can't do. But plus there are people that are going to need the skills that are going along with the time. And that's another reason why I'm choosing to be a partner and a student in another space. Because I understand that college, yes, there's some things and we do learn, and I did learn in college. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But I'm saying to really be in a space that is focused on helping you get that, and you're working with people that already have that and they're still moving with that. What?
If you notice what you was doing with me, like you was like sharpening my skills up to how, you was like, Mama Bear, you don't have to look at the book, but you already know what you have. You was showing me how to improve my skills, and I was like, okay, but do she know what she was doing?
Yes, I do know. I was teaching you how to trust yourself. I want you to trust who you are. See, those pictures, it does make a difference. When people do readings, and I remember it, but again, when I had those cards are over 10 years old. Those cards are older than Seth that I have. From the beginning, I threw the book away. And even when I messed with them, then I stopped messing with them. I threw the book away. I didn't want the book anymore because I was tired of flipping through it. And I said, you know what? Let me sharpen the main tool. I never was against it. And that's why I guess I felt kind of offended when Tiff was saying what she kept saying, that I don't like them. There was a part of me that felt like that. But then I began to understand, no, it's not that I didn't like them. I knew that I needed to sharpen me, which was the main, and then adapt myself to the outside. What's already inside of you can do the job. It already knows how to do it. Do you trust it enough to surrender to self to allow it to shine on the outside? That's what it is. Do you trust it enough? So when you do a reading for me, and I'm like, I love it, because then when we have our conversations, you already know how it goes. And it's like, I can remind you of things, you can remind me of things. But I'm going, you read me first without all of that, looking at those cards, and it's for me. And then if you want to look at the book, go into the book and then recite the stuff that's in the book. Because then we're not just doing you and the book, because in all, you're reading also. And it's something you're comfortable with. So then you begin to remember the words. There are pieces that aren't just for one thing. I don't do just one thing. And even when it looks like just one little tiny piece of something, it's actually so much bigger. And these are the things that help me remind myself also.
That's why I say, now I understand why you are so much a vital part in my life, because you're like a guardian angel, and then you are a teacher, and then you be like, girl, do you understand?
And I'm a student, because you come up with some words, I'd be like, Mom, what is that? I've never heard of that. Hold on, I got to look up this word. Or even if I have a doubt, and that's what I don't look for people to believe. And you don't have to believe me. You don't have to believe me, but you got this source that's already within you that knows the truth. So you need to go hang out with your source and figure it out that way. Because you don't have to believe me. You don't have to take my word. You don't have to follow me. You already got the answer. I just came to help ignite something that was already there and put fire to it. It's already there. And through that ignition, it ignites me as well, because all it does is continuously build my faith in truth. And even as the truth changes, some things change. Because we can read something, we can read a page of something and go back and read it the next day and be like, what? Wait a minute. Or watch something and be like, I never even seen that part in the movie. I seen that movie like 20 times.
Yeah, it was like I was watching this movie called The Shack on this morning, and it was talking about how this man hate God. Why did you let my daughter die? But he had to go through the angels of his three angels. He had two angels that was with him, but it was like the woman was God. But at the same time, he was still upset with him. He said, "You let my daughter die," but he said it was for a reason. But he didn't. He hated his father, and he hated the man that killed her.
Right.
But at the end of the day, the thing was that we can't judge, because God. That's God's place. And a lot of people, like Christians, they judge and they don't know what they're doing, because he never said to judge people. He said love them in their mess, love them for who they are, love them, because we are the miracle of love. Right. We are an expression of love, because he was the first expression, because he gave his life for us, and he didn't even know us. He didn't even know us, but he gave his life. That was the ultimate love affair. And at the end of the day, people still judge. And people get that scripture wrong. He never said to godly judge. If he said to godly judge, you can't put them in the hell. You gotta be, when you do it, you have to have love in your heart, and then forgive.
But then go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
You go ahead.
No, but then when you think about it, even when you don't look at Christianity and just look at people as a whole, yes, there are people that are judging, and there are even times that I can say that I judge. I won't hang with a certain type, be around a certain type. There's a judgment there. That's still a form of a judgment. There's certain things that I judge and don't think that it's a good idea for me to be in, or a situation for me to be in. But
that's your choice. That's the difference. It's a choice. It's not a judgment. It's a choice.
I'm working on choiceless.
That's it.
You hear me? I'm working on choiceless, and I just talked in the video that I just did, the new day that I put on Facebook. The only thing that's free is love. Like real love. Real love is free. Like there's no but to it, or, well, I'm loved only if no, you're already loved. You already got another day, and we got to move in it. That's all I know. But it made me go ahead.
When you say judgment, when you say I judge to not be with those people, you have to look at that. It's your choice. Your choice is not to be with those people. It's two different things.
Right. I feel you, and I understand what you're saying, and I guess I'm trying to get around it, but I'm going to tell you why. Because I think of the different things that can happen or go on. Like, I ain't trying to be over here, because I know at any given time something could happen, and I ain't trying to be in nobody's prison.
I hear that, but again, that's your choice. It's not a judgment. It's a choice. If you look up the word judgment and choice, you're going to see a different parallel to the word and the meaning.
Right.
Choice is I'm over here. I don't want to be with them. That's your choice. Your judgment is, okay, I do not like what they're doing. So my choice. You see?
Yeah. But I also see how I haven't been in those type of situations in a very long time.
Yeah.
Because I chose to bring the energy somewhere else. Oh, and another thing, mother. You know, I always get like, and I told you I'm recording, right? So you guys, this is not for camera. When I get excited and I remember something, I'm always like, oh, and she's like, calm, okay, what? Okay. She rarely ever says calm down because I think she's used to it by now. But dang, now I forgot what I was gonna say. Hold on.
It's gonna come to you.
What was I gonna tell you? What were we just talking about? Dang.
Choice and judgment. Choice and judgment.
Oh, about that alone period. That being alone part. That cutting the energy off. Like and allowing it to be deadened.
Yeah.
To begin to create and build
newness.
So it has to happen.
Yourself is to create in yourself that independence, not codependent, but independent of who you really are.
Yes.
It's not being self-reliant. It's being selfless to yourself.
Let me get this tea. I'm listening. I'm sorry, but I gotta grab it. Come on. I'm listening.
You being true to yourself. It's not being selfless. It's you being true to yourself. You being in love with self. It's being in love with the person that you hated for the long time.
Right.
You was scared to be by yourself, but now you're not afraid to be by yourself because it's a process.
Right, and not even, you know what? Even to say person you hated, I honestly believe that the parts that became unaware, the truth that was already there, that you just became unaware of in the process. Because all it was awakening, like you must have forgotten who you were. Let me sit you by yourself. Let me sit you by yourself so we could tap this out together as one. I'm stuck on this above and below stuff is just starting, it's echoing.
Right.
It's echoing.
It has to because it's not something, if you don't have something that mirror it, then you're out of balance. And that out of balance make you feel like you have to go and do something to make you imbalance.
Right.
So that's like you it's like if you don't have light, say if it was light right now and the night didn't come, you would still be trying to go to sleep. And they are trying to tell you it's nighttime, and you saying it's day as clear as my name is what it is.
Right. And the crazy, I don't sleep on day and night anyway. I sleep when I'm sleepy.
Yeah, but see, they don't know that. But they try to tell you it's light.
Right.
Where's the dark? You go into the light knowing that it's dark following, and it don't follow. And if it doesn't follow you, and you're going crazy, but you're not crazy because you know that period you're in a place where they call the dark night of the soul, and you know that you're not. People be like, you're crazy. No, I'm not. I got my right mind.
Right, and that's, you know what, and Jolie asked me that. he was talking about, he was like, well, when does it start getting light again? Right? And he was like, when does it start to get light again? Because you're all into the stars and into the sky and all of that. And I laughed. I laughed a bit because I was like, just because I'm into that, I'm not worried about when the light is coming back again. I know when to see spring and fall back, spring ahead, whatever that is, whenever that happens. I don't determine, oh goodness, it's going to start getting light earlier or it's going to start getting dark. I just know it's going to happen. I'm not worried about when it happens. And I was like, and just because someone loves the stars and the sky and the planets and the moon, all of that stuff, I said, that doesn't mean that you know exactly what month that it's going to change. I don't focus on that part. And then I remembered the spring ahead and fall back part. And I was like, you know what? If when that stuff happened, I start remembering, because I believe we harness the energy. I know what the sun feels like. If I had to deal with darkness all the time, I'm taking myself inside. And in that space that I create, it's going to be sunny. I'm going to be on the beach. But I know I can bring myself there because years and years of practice, or to be able to look at magazines and pictures and be like, oh my God, yes.
That's why I said when you have a great big, it's like you having a great big orgasm and you touching something and it goes through your fingers, it goes through your body, and you be like, oh my God, this is how it's supposed to feel. This is how it's supposed to feel. Is if I touch the tree, and the tree say, this is I'm alive, and you give me a burst of energy, and that energy reflect that cosmetic thing that I'm supposed to have. Is that how it's supposed to be between me and the plant life form? That if I touch it, am I supposed to feel the heartbeat of the plant? Am I supposed to feel the trials and tribulations that this plant went through?
I can feel the heartbeat without touching it.
That's what I'm saying.
We can feel the heart of the plant without even touching the heart, touching anything on the plant. So I know what you mean.
Is that another life form that's supposed to tell me something? That's supposed to give me information about my next journey to the thing that I learned? Is it my cosmetic teacher?
Right.
What is that?
Coconut oil. I know. It's a different kind of jar this time, right?
Yeah, you put that in there.
Usually, Mama Bear, I told you I'll be putting coconut oil in my tea sometime. Or I'll eat it. Anything that I use on my body, my hands, I eat them.
Now you telling me.
You asked me that before when I put coconut oil in my thing. I just usually will do it I'm sitting down right here. I usually bring it over to the side, to the thing. But yeah.
I know you put lemon in your tea.
Yeah. I use lemon or lime in it. The coconut oil, sometimes I'll put coconut oil in it. I'm going to eat some anyway. No, when you asked me about candida, I told you coconut oil. I don't just use it in my hair, but making up the different stuff for my skin, I mix and match, and then it depends on which ones that I'm using, because I'll have a jar, and this is my first time using Dignity. I got it at Meijer. And then when I read it, behind each jar, which I'm going to look them up, behind each jar is a transformed community. We started Dignity with a big vision, Break the chains of poverty and modern day slavery in the Philippines. How? Partner with locals to build a business that provides jobs, fair trade, education, and life skills training. Partnership, sustainability, dignity, reversing cycles of poverty and bringing contagious hope and generosity. That's what we're about. So this premium coconut oil is doing more than giving you a boost. It's transforming thousands of lives. You know I'm going to buy it from Dignity, right?
Yeah, you must have got that from the village. You always scared that
I was at, no. I was at Meyer when I said this morning I was going to get my oil. And I got my grapeseed oil, which I always talk and I tell people, grapeseed oil doesn't burn. It doesn't burn. And I found out that it doesn't burn from leaving it on the stove. And then my olive oil, which I got Bragg's olive oil. Unrefined, unfiltered, extra virgin. But I've never used the coconut oil before. They didn't have the one that I get at the Whole Foods store. No, it's not Whole Foods, but at Walt's. They didn't have the one that I usually get at Walt's. And all they had was like medium, unrefined, medium heat. They had medium heat. I wanted it raw. So I never looked on, I didn't look on the back of the jar, but I looked to see what it said about how it was made, not cooked or processed. And so I got it. And I didn't read this part, the back of it, until I got home. And I was like, look, I'm like, okay, I found something else.
Yeah.
And it tastes good.
So is they see you be finding all these people.
I'm gonna look them up.
You are.
I'm gonna look them up.
See, like I told Devon, I said, Devon, let me do you a reading, and I did it with my new cards.
Mm-hmm.
And girl, she said, "Oh, you found this is talking about what happened."
Go ahead.
She said, "Oh my God, that is so true about me." And I said, because one of them was talking about that she's going to meet a lot of, she's going to do a lot of networking.
Right.
And she was like, "Oh my God, I'm doing that already." And I told her, I said, you do not need to be in these organizations. You already got one. Now she's scared to go out there and to do her because she's scared. She's a rebel. She's really a rebel. But when it comes to her love life, what happened? What? Give me the call.
I'm recording. I don't know if you want to go. And it's okay. I'm just telling you.
Okay.
But she don't got to be scared. And that's another thing. Like I always say, a lot of times people feel that there ain't no healing. You already healed. You don't need anything extra. It's already done. You just need to listen to me. Let me talk to you for a minute. Just listen.
Right.
Just listen.
Okay.
And no, not you. I'm just saying in general. There's nothing wrong with us. Everything is right.
Do that for me. And you may get some cheese. Jeez, man. Go upstairs. You too. Go. Don't go over here. Let's go. Because I have to make y'all something to eat. So go upstairs. Yeah, man. Yeah, okay. Go upstairs. Okay, go ahead. But I hear what you're saying. And I told her that. I said, you could go out on your own. You don't have to be scared. You don't have to be. No. Thank you. You she was like, I need chakra healing. I said,
This was recently?
yeah.
Again?
We was talking about that. Yeah, she said that she needed it. But she, what? Okay.
Oh, okay.
I was telling her, she said, when she said that, I'm healed, she had told me, shit. Okay, go upstairs. When she had told me that, I said, after you talked to her, she said, "Nah, I'm good to go. I know that I'm healed. I don't have to." But she was saying, "Can you tell me more? Let me see what you got." Excuse me. Yeah, let's go.
So y'all, this is just our creative tanks that we have. Hi, baby. Hi.
She was telling me, she said, I know a little bit about 36 chambers. Can you enlighten me? I said, it's what we doing. But y'all know it as going through life and the life lessons that we learn from the sacred woman. It's just you putting it into another realm, and you got these chakras that
But it don't come from, when you say it's life reference, it's not from Sacred Woman.
I said it's like what we bring into what life what we okay. You don't do that. Okay? 2, you wait. 3, what I was trying to say.
They're chambers that are from a natural state. They're natural state chambers. You think that there's a problem, you need to get in this chamber so you can be reminded. That's what it is. What's our first we gotta do it.
Hold on.
We have to like, I know we've already talked about and said to bring our people into the space, but some need to go into space first.
Yeah, to experience.
She's already experiencing the chamber.
She don't know
but you can't keep fighting it. You're fighting.
You don't know what the name is. You don't know what the name is.
There's what name?
Right now, she's in a chamber of remembering how to love. The chamber to remember.
That's not it. That's not it. She's not in the love chamber. She's in the chamber of surrender. 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 No, I'm just the chamber. It's the chamber of surrender. You cannot have it until you surrender.
That's it.
Surrender. Surrender, surrender, surrender. And I guess breaking down, what does it mean to surrender? Did you open the group? Did you open the group up? Open the group. Open it.
Okay.
Open the group. Open it.
I already have a group open.
Okay, that's not. You already got one group open.
But it's under. But I'm gonna have to open up another one because this one I put it on the Oracle.
So keep your group. That's okay. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna get someone to open up a group. Don't worry about it, and then I'll let you know when it's open. It's okay.
to be named. That's the
What do you
only
mean? We already talked about this. What day did I come back from when I was coming back from out of town? We talked about it.
Okay, then I'll do the group. I got it. I'll do it today. I got it. I'll do it today.
It's called the 36 Chambers.
Yeah, and the Woman of Valor. I got that. I'll do it today. Yo, can y'all go upstairs, please? But the thing is, I wish I could put a, like, you know how they have a real a wheel on there, or you can turn it.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
What I was thinking about is having a wheel, and every time that a person come on in, they have a choice of the what they the experiences that they need and stuff like that, and they can put a wheel. You have the chambers, and in that chamber, the wheel will tell you what the they can go into, and it's specifically for that woman. They turn the wheel, and as you turn that wheel tells you what that woman needs.
Okay.
Or you can have it going it shows you all the chambers, but I seen that it was gonna be like a wheel that they turn it and they see it like that. I wish they had something like that.
What do you wish they who?
Okay, you know how people.
I'm saying for you wishing. I wish they had something like that. Baby, we're creating.
Okay, I wanted to create a wheel that the chain that like in the these functions that the wheel was. I told you to stop doing it. Okay, if you eat a lot, stop it. No, you're not, because you take it from him. And what he get? You keep on taking his and you have more. The room would look like a real like if the woman goes in and the first thing they see is this wheel and they be like, turn the wheel. It shows you what's going the different sections of what's going on, and they see different things that will come up and pop out to them.
Okay.
It's like Wheel of Fortune, the thing that you be seeing. I'm trying to figure out where can you get that kind of feature, because I'm gonna put it on there.
Girl, we could do all the feature thing, but I want just the content. So
The content.
you create the group. Yes. The first chamber
Yeah.
is surrender.
Yeah. We could talk about that.
And we're gonna and we'll take it and we'll keep going and going. And as we go along with it, we'll figure it out. That's it. You want to start adding stuff to it? That'll be fine. That'll be fine. Because the wheel can be a wheel of 36.
Yeah.
But as we build into it, oh, this is going to be good. This is going to be
Okay,
good.
after y'all go upstairs, can y'all go?
So we don't know all of the just to it. Okay? And I'm probably going to end this part right now. But this is the start, which has already been started. It's like you're just seeing this as a beginning, but it's actually been a beginning, and that part is new, and that part is okay.
If you want to,
That's going to be our first thing. It's going to be the chamber of surrender. And the way for people to know if this is something that's going to be for them, you keep thinking something is wrong with you and there's nothing wrong.
Okay, let me explain something to you, bro. You just had some, right? Go upstairs and watch TV. You go upstairs.
Right. So y'all about to cut this.
Look like this. This is how it's going.
Because we're about to really get into breaking some stuff down. But this is our creative tanks.
The first one is going to...
Hold on, Mama Bear. Hold on. This is like something I would consider a creative tank. So imagine being in a space that has 2 people, 3 people, 4 people, 5 people. A space with just more people. Right? Imagine being in a space with more people that you can go into and begin to share your thoughts and the things that are on your mind and have someone else's perception. Having someone else that's already been in that area, or adding and watching how the puzzle pieces get put together. And that's what it is. The pieces are being put together. And the amazing thing is you don't have to do it alone. And that's even a part of being able to surrender to knowing that there's nothing no one can take from you. Nobody can take nothing from you. When you surrender to self, what's going to come under that? No one can take anything from you. When you surrender to nature, you begin to believe the seasons. Not just begin to believe the seasons, you watch the seasons.
Now
we are the seasons.
We are in winter. Oh yeah, we are in winter.
I'm excited to be able to break the stuff down and actually put a structure, our so-called structure to it, because it don't gotta look like nobody else's, but being able to get it out there, and there's so much information. So this is gonna be good, and I'm really excited. I'm excited.
That's the reason why I'm trying to figure out. Okay. So
it's all right. Let me end this. So I love y'all. I love you. I love you. I love you. Make sure you leave comments down below. If you're not subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. And hopefully you're on the list. I'll make sure I have something down there for you to be able to get on the list, because the list is going to be where it's at. The list is going to be able to help you figure out what's going on. The list is going to be able to give you the videos even for the week, and it's being built up. So you want to be on the list, because as I'm introduced to things, as I see things and realize some things, I'm just going to share. And this is a space that you'll be able to pick and choose what you like or what you want. And then you can share it with others if you believe that it can help them. So we're going to keep this circle. Keep the circle going. Keep the circle going. And make sure you share the things that you're doing. So reach out, depending on where you're seeing this at. I love you. I love you. I love you. It's a brand new morning. And right now, what is it? 7 going on 7:20 a.m. coming to you from the Midwest, and we got to make it count. So I love y'all. Peace and blessings to you. Ashe, Ashe. God be with you at the end, and it's a new day. Don't forget that you're loved. Oh. Namaste, right? Who, me? I always say all of them, because I know it's a mix to the people. So one I didn't say, and she reminded me, and I'll take that correction. Namaste. Bam.